views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll find out who's being honored at the 6th annual Latina 50 Plus Luncheon Award ceremony, an event celebrating trailblazing Latina women over 50 who have paved the way in their respective fields. After that, we'll sit with the creators of The High Bridge, a short film highlighting a Bronx teenager that is ultimately faced with fatherhood. Then we'll talk to award-winning author Hector LaFosse about his book, No Regrets, The Journey, a story of tragedy, hope, triumph, and success. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And lastly, Bronx resident and rapper Chy Boogie joins the show as this week's Open Artist Spotlight. We'll talk about his poetry and music while he debuts his new single, You Don't Wanna Miss. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNetT or like us at Facebook, at BronxNetTV. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Instastories, LinkedIn, and Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. So the Latina 50 Plus celebrates and highlights trailblazing Latina women over the age of 50. And every year, the organization has its annual Luncheon Award ceremony, honoring these women who were amongst the first in their profession to impact their community while dispelling common stereotypes of what it means to be Latina. Joining us to tell us more about this year's event and honorees, please welcome founder and president of Latina 50 Plus, Maria Aponte. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Yes, and besitos para ti también. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On having founded this organization and just forging forward and succeeding in honoring, I guess, an area we were lacking, right?
Lacking honoring of a certain age, bringing recognition to the decades of work that women have committed themselves to in their different career fields. So I am very humbled and blessed to see that this is the 6th year. I didn't think we were going to get past that hurdle, but we have. And so this year we're honoring another group of women who are amazing contributors to their career paths. A couple of updates and changes with the program. One of them is we are going to, the scholarship that I normally would have for education is now going to be called the Latina 50 Plus Legacy Scholarship. We are now opening it up to younger women.
Okay.
And so
that's interesting.
The age range is going to start at 25 to 50 plus and up. So it'll be a scholarship to assist them in their education if they're going to college, if they're going to graduate school.
Let's just backtrack a little bit and let's just share with everyone exactly Latina 50 Plus's purpose and the inspiration behind you creating this, because we were talking about the Latina 50 Plus, and now you're implementing the next generation because there's that mentorship factor, right? So let's talk about the women that do get honored and how they earn this acknowledgement.
Well, the women that get honored are that first of all, they're 50 and up, so their age ranges are 50 up to 80. And these are women who are dedicated to their career fields, which is art, community service, education, healthcare, literature, and law. So when they get selected, they're being honored in that category. So
And being honored in that category, do they have to service that category for a certain length of time?
yeah, they've been committed in their career fields 25 years and up.
Got it.
That's what they stayed doing. Honoring artists, like this year we're honoring Magdalena Gomez, who's a playwright, one of our first New Yorican women poets. It's like that's also another area that doesn't get looked at often, that there were a group of women that started out in the New Yorican Poets Cafe in the 70s and the 80s, you know, like
That were part of this movement, yourself included.
Myself included.
Absolutely,
Well,
we gotta
technically,
acknowledge
I'm
you too.
considered the second generation.
You're the
'cause
second generation?
I came in the late 70s.
I don't know. You sure you're not living in denial ahí? Porque I live in denial all the time. I'd be like, well, you know,
No,
third
really.
generation.
My
No,
first
I'm
time I
kidding.
read at the cafe was 79.
Okay.
So they started before me.
I
in
really
the
wasn't
middle.
looking for the exact year.
No, but I get factual on you. What
All
can I
right, get
tell you?
factual.
So
No, we need to
yes, that
document it
research
anyway.
part of me.
All right, go for
So,
it.
Magdalena, amazing artist. She's a playwright. She's a performance artist. We once had the opportunity of bringing her to Fordham University for Hispanic Heritage Month with Camelita Tropicana. And this is a woman that's working in her community, which is in Massachusetts, but she's created an entire community arts program for young people. She's doing theater work. Her plays are being performed all over the place, and so
And she's originally from the Bronx, and she expanded out to
right.
Massachusetts.
And she's
right.
real, you know.
Yeah.
It's like she's approachable,
love
she's
her. I love
lovable.
her.
I've known her for many years, so I'm so happy that when she was sent in as a nomination, that the advisory board selected her.
Awesome.
Our community service recipient this year is Luz Rodriguez, who has been in community service since the 70s. She also was at the Foundation Center. She's just an advocate for empowering people. Healthcare, we have from the Hispanic Nurse Association. Her name is Deborah Acevedo. Law is Lee Yamblis, who is also an immigrant advocate. So the list goes on with that. And then we have for education, Dr. Clara Rodriguez from Fordham University, who is one of my mentors. And Clara's work is all encompassing migration of Puerto Ricans to the United States and Puerto Ricans living in the United States. So she has tons and tons of books.
And your keynote?
And my keynote, Ana Castillo, international award-winning author who was my recipient for literature for 2015, and she just graciously said, "Can I be your keynote?" And so I try not to cry because so many people have just been so warm and helpful and wanting to see this happen because they thank me for creating this space.
Well, the truth is we need it.
Yes,
right?
we need it.
Our
We need
own
it.
documentation, and in some form, it is a political statement, even though that may not have been your intention. It is.
We're nonpartisan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. However, it is a statement of like we exist and we matter.
Yeah, particularly in the environment that we're living in, where women are they're trying to push us out back to the 18th century. That's the only way I can phrase it without going off on a tangent on other things.
Right, right. I got it. That was nice.
Yeah.
Nicely put. It was like, well, we're just gonna
Yeah, you know.
vaguely tap into that because we can't really.
And
we don't have the time for it.
So you know, empowering, embracing, acknowledging, is also to give, going forward, helping our younger sisters to let them know that, you know what, we've done this, we're here, and you don't have to walk alone.
Right.
This is encouraging them to do more. It takes a lot for a single mom with a kid and then put themselves through school at night. And so originally I wanted to support the 50 plus community, but guess what? They all got back to me and they said, you know what? I think we need to help the younger ones. Don't give me the award. And I'm like, or the scholarship. And I'm going, but don't you no, I'm good. I'm retired. This is what.
Right.
And I said, okay, so
Interesting.
our first legacy recipient this year is going to be Shakti Castro, who is going back to Columbia University to start her PhD program in a program dealing with opioid addiction amongst the Puerto Rican community.
Beautiful.
That's deep.
It is deep,
And
and
she's
it's
a new
needed
and
too.
she's a new mom.
That's
and
deep.
so moving forward, when we open up the nominations in the fall, we will be including an application process for people to submit their nominees for the scholarship.
Beautiful. And before we go, the date and time of the luncheon?
It's going to be held at McGinley Ballroom, Fordham University, June 29th, 12:30 to 3:30. We're going to have an artisan fair that's running simultaneously. AARP and Bronx Care will be offering healthcare workshops, self-care workshops, one about keeping your brains together and the other one about life after menopause. So we're doing that in the morning. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
No,
gotta
it's
be
all
out there,
good.
it's all
Like I
good.
said, I live in denial.
Yeah. And we're going to have live music. Retumba's going to be performing. Melteri Tucker from Bombasso. Every year, this is why I'm grateful, because these are folks that every year I get, what do you need? And you're one of them. You've been supporting me since Sor Juana, Lágrimas, my 2 books, and now this. So,
This is how we do it.
you know, not to make your feathers get more ruffled, because you have your angel wings.
Thank you. I appreciate
You are
that.
a blessing to our Bronx community.
Thank you.
And this is what I wanted to see when I was younger, and there was nothing out there in the landscape for us. Because my generation, we had to fight. Like, where's the poetry reading? It's in a basement. Bring your lighter. What? There's no lights. And people would be reading from a piece of paper.
She can't help herself.
I can't help
We're
it.
gonna
I
go
got a lot of
history lesson.
stories.
I know.
I gotta tell you, that's why it's Latina 50 plus. It's about history and culture.
Absolutely, and it's
Thank
important
you
that
so much.
that we preserve it.
Yeah.
And thank you
Thank you.
for your
Mwah.
service. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you more. Love you more. And thank you for passing it forward, because that's how we're doing it. And once again, you guys, the Latina 50 Plus Luncheon and Award Ceremony is taking place on June 29th, and that's happening from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Fordham University's McGinley Ballroom, located at 441 East Fordham Road. And for tickets, you can visit Eventbrite and type in 6th Annual Latina 50 Plus Luncheon /award. We do have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about a short film shot right here in the Bronx. Don't go anywhere.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. The High Bridge a new short film that tells the story of a Bronx teenage father who's faced with an unexpected surprise when he learns the mother of his young daughter plans to attend an elite military academy, and the main character takes on the responsibility of fatherhood, and the film follows his story. And joining us to tell the inspiration behind The High Bridge, please welcome The High Bridge writer and director Benedict Campbell and producer John Michael Reefer. Hello, gentlemen. And
Hello.
welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for not only documenting a landmark of the Bronx with meaning and purpose, but for being a voice for the next generation of gentlemen.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, it's important because everybody's always quick to talk on the other side, right? And so let's talk a little bit about who and how you were both, I guess, attracted to the process. Right? You're the writer, so is this of some relation to a situation that you've experienced?
Not personally, no, but The High Bridge is based on a feature-length script that I wrote, and it started because it was based on a friend of mine that grew up in the Bronx and he raised kids here. And then when the bridge reopened after 40 years and relinked these two communities, I thought it'd be great to set a story around that bridge. And so I based the film in part on his story.
I found it to be clever, right? Because the story itself is a high bridge road. And then, of course, there's the actual high bridge that separates the two main characters.
That's
or
right.
rather, connects the two main characters.
You got it.
Right. And so, John,
Yes.
what made you decide to take on this film
So, you know,
as a producer?
as a producer, the story resonates with me because I'm a father, and you know, my son and I'm a single father by divorce, so the complexity of those relationships aren't always depicted accurately on television or in media, and I thought this was a good opportunity to set a new path for that.
And so, as people of color, right, and of course, this unique situation of being a single father, what exactly is the intention behind the short version, right? Because you're eventually going to produce a featured film out of this,
Yes,
right?
that is the
so
hope.
Give us a little insight on the, I guess, your strategy.
Sure. A lot of times when I've made short films in the past, this is maybe my 5th short film, but the short film doesn't have anything to grow into. And so when I approached this story, I said, we need to really make this a feature film and write it as a feature film first, and then we're going to adapt that script and make a short film based on it. And so it's very much, you know, on that road towards getting to the feature film. And so the short is based on the script.
And so, John, as an experienced single dad, how did you approach this from a producer's perspective? And I guess the messaging, right? Because I keep going back to messaging because our next generation, I'm grateful to you for taking the time to do something with such meaning and being deliberate about the messaging. I love the fact that it's empowering a woman who is following a dream and educating herself and elevating herself. And then there's the young man who just chooses to take on this responsibility that, in essence, is rightfully his as well.
Yes. I think part of what we want to be able to do is, in terms of making the feature, is garner some support. So the short will help people learn about our story and learn about the film, and hopefully we can garner that into getting more financial support as well as support from the community.
Spoken like a true producer. I'm trying to get all personal. And go, hey, tell me how you really feel.
Well, but like, also during the course, while we're making the film, I mean, we had some long discussions about my own experiences as a single father with Benedict, and we tried to traverse the good and the challenging inside of that paradigm of navigating the world as a male black, and how it can be very trying getting the kind of respect that you deserve.
In what sense?
The culture has not always been supportive of fathers participating as it should be. So even those who want to participate have found some challenges. As there's a bill in the state legislature now
that's hoping to create an opportunity that when a couple is divorced, that they would automatically get joint custody of the child. And that's not the case now. It generally defers to the mother. And I think the opportunity that we should all look for is how can we best serve the needs of the child.
Nice. You see, I knew it, right? I knew I would get it out of him. I mean, I get it though. So the film has been officially selected. It's available online. Now, where are you going from here?
So our next film festival, I just got back from the Provincetown Film Festival, so it's been so far selected for 6 film festivals,
Congratulations.
which is great. Yeah, it's really exciting. And our next stop is the Stony Brook Film Festival on Long Island, and we'll show it there July 20th.
All right,
Yeah.
and so they can just obtain the information on your website?
Yes, it's on the highbridgefilm.com, and of course you can also see the film. It's on YouTube, it's on Amazon Prime, it's on Vimeo, Facebook. You can see it on all of those platforms, and it's 9 minutes.
And I wanted to ask you that too, because most films wait until after they've done the film circuit, right, the film festival circuit, before they make it available online. How's that working out for you?
I think it's going pretty good. I think part of our strategy was to release the film on Father's Day, and so it's only been online 5 days now. But on Sunday was Father's Day, and it was a great opportunity to put the film out there and have as many people see it as possible.
Yes.
And we've gotten a tremendous response. The people that have seen the film have been really warm and engaging. So we're really excited that people are getting to share the film with their friends and their network, and it's really exciting to have your work appreciated.
That's lovely. It's lovely. And again, I think it's brilliant that you're executing this during Father's Day month, right? We'll just make June Father's Day month.
Absolutely.
And that you have chosen to just be this hopeful voice for the next generation of fathers to come. Yeah. And thank you for being here with
Thank
us.
you so
and
much for
congratulations
having us.
Thank you so much
on
for having
all
us.
of your festivals. And I look forward to hearing and having you back on when the feature is fully funded.
Yeah, fully funded, yes.
And ready to air.
Yes.
Ready to screen, I should say. Talking television.
Absolutely.
All right. Once again, you guys, The High Bridge can be seen on thehighbridgefilm.com. That's the website, and on platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Amazon, and Vimeo. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll hear an inspirational story of one man's journey towards triumph and success. We'll be right back.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNetTV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So our next guest is an award-winning author who decided to write a book telling the story of one man's transformation while coming to terms with his past and removing the mask that hid his true identity. And by creating this book, he feels his purpose is to help people embrace and live their authentic selves. And joining us to tell us more about No Regrets, their journey, please welcome author Hector LaFosse. Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, right? Hailing all the way from Florida?
That's correct.
Well, I can tell just by the color in your skin, unlike us, we have nothing but rain nowadays.
It's still a wonderful day.
It is a wonderful day,
Yes.
right? It's not raining on my parade, I'll tell you that.
That's right. That's right.
Sun showers got me by the hours. I don't know what you brought out in me. I just felt like
Love the
saying that.
attitude. Keep it coming. That's right.
I think it's really more about, while I did not receive the book prior to today's interview, just reading the synopsis and reading your story and seeing how authentic you are in life, and the transparency that's been incorporated into this book is, without even reading it, I can already tell it's inspirational and possibly even life-changing for anyone who reads it. I don't know how much you want to share, but I do understand that there was a time in your life that you considered suicide.
That's right. That's right. I had an experience as a child that actually took the teenager and the adult hostage all his life because of that one experience as a child, because I couldn't let go of the memory of that experience. So it kind of altered everything thereafter.
And so I get what you're saying, right? It's that repetitive conversation that's going on in your head that does not allow you to feel worthy of anything but, right?
Absolutely.
So, what did it take for you to embrace whatever it is and where it is you came from, right? Because from what I read, I mean, I was like, wow, he's being really transparent. I mean, you were dealing with abuse, drugs, all kinds of stuff, right?
That's
and
correct.
you even worked in the field of helping people overcome it, right?
That's right.
And so you went from being subjected to a certain environment to now helping people come out of it to writing this book and kind of living this whole transformative life. So what happened?
Well, I was tired of living a lie, and I felt that I was wearing all these different masks just to hide behind the real feelings that I was experiencing. And I kept having these experiences over and over, and I just felt this need to free myself. And one day I just sat, I prayed and meditated, and it just came to me. It's like it's time to let go, free yourself, release the mask. Because, you know, I've worn this mask, you know, all my life. Different mask, by the way. And some were actually chiseled on me, and I had no clue that I was actually wearing this mask until it got really heavy on my spirit. And then that's when I decided to chisel the mask off and become myself, to free me. So I started to reveal my secrets. And in doing so, not only did I liberate me, you know, but I'm just a happier person now. You know, I'm not that bitter guy that walked around with this baggage, you know, that kept weighing him down all the time because I was living a lie. So I'm pretending to be someone else, right?
Right. No, I'm trying to vibe with you here, right? Because I'm looking deep into your eyes and I'm getting what you're saying. And I just want to make sure that they're getting what we're saying because, again, the book is called No Regrets, The Journey, right?
That's right.
And so it's about not living in the space of regret and kind of embracing whatever it is that you did experience so that you can use it as a tool to move forward, right?
That's right. That's right.
I just want to make sure we're on this. I'm
Yeah.
getting exactly what you're saying because if you stay reminding yourself of all that you've done wrong or all that is wrong or just replaying all that didn't work out or then that's pretty much what you're inviting into your space is the repetitious, I guess, outcome, right?
That's correct. And so what happened is that I've lived with regrets all my life. And until I came to terms with acceptance of the past. And at that point, the transformation began. And I understood now that I was supposed to live through these things because God knew that I can handle it. And then have a message and a story to share with the world. So that's why it's an inspirational story of hope, that no matter what you go through, if you stay positive, you will get through it and actually become successful. Because prior to writing the book, I became a successful person. But it wasn't until I gained that acceptance. And so my book deals with all of that. It also deals with gang violence. You know, I was a gang member as a youth. As a matter of fact, I was just at Justice for Junior supporting the mom. I spoke there at an event. And so it is about giving back, helping someone to realize that I understand your struggles. I've been there, I've done that, but there is hope. You too can, if you just listen, take heed. Because you know, if you carry this around, you're gonna get the same results, you know, over and over. And that was me. I'd done the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And it was all the same.
But how old were you when you had this epiphany?
I was 39 years old.
Wow.
So I
39.
carried
all those years.
All those years, I carried the pain, hiding the secret, and it affected all of my affairs, including my relationships with women or other people. I just became that character, that stern, chiseled, tough, you know, macho, and you know, with an attitude all the time. And I always wondered, why am I so miserable? Why am I not happy? I got everything I want, but I'm still not happy. And then that's when I started to do the internal work and say, well, let me have a look at this. So internally, I started checking myself. And every time I felt like I was wearing that mask, I would feel it. And so I began to notice, and the transformation started to happen because I kept noticing the change.
Who led you there?
Well, you know, funny you asked. I read a book by P.D. Thomas, Down These Mean Streets, when I was a teenager locked in a prison. I didn't know how to read, and that was the first book I ever read. And so at that moment, it's like, wow, I understood what I read. So it wasn't that I didn't know how to read, it's just that I had a mental blockage. But at that point, I knew that one day I would tell my story because it was inside, right? It was in my spirit.
Right.
But what I needed was the experience and more pain. So I call them painful lessons today.
Right.
So that one day I can have that story. And at that point, at that age, 39, in prayer, I realized what my purpose was. Holy sweat, I totally forgot about my purpose. About that day that that kid read that book and that was planted. So he actually planted the seed. And at the age of 39, it's just,
I get it.
out.
I get it. No, it's a beautiful story. I mean, the irony, right? The kid that couldn't read, now an author, a best-selling author on top of that.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
First book. Wow.
Awesome.
Yes.
Wow. And of course, just serving as a means of impacting lives to leave things better, which seems to be the theme for today's show, right? Leave things better.
On time.
Yes.
And in addition to that, we wrote a screenplay. So we're writing a movie based on this book.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on that.
Yes.
So I also understand you do motivational speaking. And so I know you reside in Florida, right? Thank you for coming up here to the BX and saying hello to our viewers. Yeah, and there's no
I'm
place
a New
like
Yorker here. I'm a New Yorker.
Well, we could tell, trust me.
Yes.
You got the accent.
That's
Dad.
right.
He's like, because. I was like, oh, yeah, he's originally from New York.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So are you doing any speaking engagements while you're here?
I am, and I'm actually doing some book signings. We got some Washington Heights reunion, which is where I grew up at. They invited me over there to do a book signing, and just speaking, doing here and there, selling books.
So how long are you in town for?
Probably till the 8th of July. I've been here since the 4th of June, so I've been very, very busy. Engagements, signings.
So how can people track you and or the book?
Well, my website, I can personally autograph it through my website,
Really?
No Regrets The Journey. You get a personal autograph. I'm on Amazon. I just got into the Lit Bar on 134th Street in Alexander.
Amazing. We love that.
Yes, so they took my book in there. I'm going to the Library of Congress tomorrow to spend a weekend over there. And then getting it ready to wind it down till I go and get the award for Best Biography by a Latino in September 21st in California.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yes, I'm excited. So many good things. I'm just blessed. God is blessing me, and it's about fulfilling the purpose. You know, my mission is to help, to be of service today, not of taking. I'm about giving, educating, and inspiring. So I'm a testament that if I can, you can.
Beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for sharing that with our viewers today.
And I'm also on Amazon.
And you're also on Amazon. Everybody's on Amazon.
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find me somewhere.
Well, it's a lovely thing. And you're here with us today.
Here with us, most
That's
important,
right.
the
Yes.
moment.
Woo! Wonderful. You guys, once again, No Regrets, The Journey. The book is available on noregretsthejourney.com and, of course, as he mentioned, on Amazon. We do have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll sit down with the Bronx rapper Chy Boogie. So don't go anywhere.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. Our next guest is a poet and rapper originally from Harlem that witnessed many things early in life that shaped the man that he is today. And after his father's passing, he began writing poetry to help cope with the pain, and later pursued music as a way to push himself into another realm of writing. And joining us to tell us more about his music and writing journey, please welcome Chy Boogie. Hello, Chy.
Hey,
this seems to be the show of basically, let's keep it real, let's put it on the table, and let's just share with everyone that if we can do it, you can do it too.
Absolutely.
And so I find it very fascinating because we didn't book the show deliberately like that. It just kind of manifested itself into being what it is. And so we're going to roll with this. And I also appreciate the fact that you also have chosen to just be transparent in your storytelling, right?
Yes.
So you come from a rough background.
Born and raised in Harlem. It's really important for people to understand you have to be yourself. where I'm from, it was frowned upon to want to stand up for what you might want to believe in. If certain things weren't instilled in you, it was frowned upon.
Okay, so when you're saying frowned upon, what are we talking about? We're talking about your domesticated values versus your independence, or the circumstances versus your independence, right? You understand where I'm coming from, right?
Yes,
it's like, okay, you're raised a certain way, and then this is who I want to be, or subjected to certain things, and this is who I want to be.
Either or, either or fits, honestly. Seen a lot.
Well, how much you want to share? I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, ask me.
Well, you know, I mean, you come from a rough background.
Yeah.
What kind of household were you raised in? Was it neglect? Was it, you know,
it wasn't,
just disregard? Just because we were caught up in addiction? You know, like that's what I'm asking. I'm like, you want to go in there? We can go in there.
Sure.
All right.
Yes. Wasn't anything that of that level of addiction. It's just the neighborhood I grew up in.
Right.
Was heavy in the streets. It was very easy to get snatched up, and that lane for you to go veer and do something else was very small. That window of opportunity was very hard to come by unless you stood up and went and did something else for yourself, right?
Right. So we're talking about the streets mostly, right? Not the immediate household, right? And so let's talking about the streets, right? And then in order to be down, you have to be a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And in order to feel, let's say, protected,
Yeah.
you have to be and operate a certain way. And then when you come in with this, it's kind of discouraged, right? And that's where the frowning upon that you're referencing. All right, so now we're clear. Now, so how were you able to overcome that?
So once I hit high school, I hit a different plateau in myself. Like I was just like a different platform. I was able to express myself freely, and my teachers just let me flourish into whatever I wanted to be, as long as everyone else. And I just always been the type of person to encourage versus not.
So just to be clear, so we're talking all this pressure was being placed upon you prior to even getting into high school.
Yeah.
And it was in high school that you were able to just kind of release yourself. What did you do? How were you able? I mean, didn't you still have to walk through certain blocks and see certain people? So
no, I'm good. I'm good wherever I go. I don't have any problems with anybody.
Right, you look like a chameleon type, right?
Yeah,
that kind of like, hey, you know, let's just all love each other.
Always.
Right, but then when you're dealing with the hard guys,
I mean, there's ways around everything, right?
Right.
You know, just because one way works doesn't mean another way won't work.
Well, how were you able to influence them, right? Because in the end, you become an influence.
Well, we try.
Right.
We try by leading by example.
Right.
I have a brand called Create Harmony, and it's basically whatever it is that makes you you, or whatever is your thing, you have to want it with all your heart and all your might and just do it. People are often discouraged because they don't have their family behind them or their friends that they grew up with. Really like
right, the support system, right? Because it does make a difference,
yeah, of course.
right? But you at the end of the day, you know, you gotta come in wholeheartedly, believe in yourself, and the rest will follow.
Absolutely.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh my gosh, I'm like high school. I'm like, you look like you just came out of high school.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I live in denial, so I'm like, oh, I tossed it over there.
Got him.
Oh, like the kids say now, Gotti.
Got him.
That's probably outdated now too, because you know I try to keep up with the Ebonics. But moving on.
Yes.
And so I know you're gonna like spit some stuff for us today. I don't even know if that's the right term, but it's beautiful that you were able to take your poetry and now fuse it into your music, which means that it's going to be some kind of profound messaging. And the reason I say that is because most poetry comes from a really deep place.
Yes.
Right. So before we go, let's talk about it because you're going to debut your new single.
Yes. New single I'm debuting is called Too Live. On this entire project that it's on, I produced and wrote it myself. And it's called Trips. Trips, basically, I'm taking everything to a whole nother level. Trying to incorporate more of a mainstream sound without losing myself too much. You know, better upbeat tempos and just keeping the delivery I have.
Right.
Yes.
Right, because it's all about the hook anyway, and then you slip in
You know
the
it.
transformative messaging. Yeah, all right.
Hey.
And we're going to get a taste of that. But before we do, stay tuned because Bobby C's weekly sports roundup is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
This is Bobby C. out at the Barclays Center. We begin our look at sports this week with the NBA draft headlined by the top 3 stars, Zion, Ja, and R.J. Barrett going to the Knicks.
I don't think it's feelings I can really describe. You know, as a little kid, you say you want to go to the NBA. You know, people basically say you got to, like, have a plan B because the chances of doing it is just little to none. And for me to be selected #1, I mean, I can't dream it no better than that.
How would you feel if people were, you know, screaming your name? You feel great. I really feel like I'm doing something good. All my hard work's paying off. So I know that, you know, like Kareem said, you have nothing to prove, but you have everything to prove. This is a new start, so I'm ready to go.
First thing I did was just thank God. I wouldn't have got here without God, and the opportunity that I had is truly a blessing. And my thoughts was, I'm glad my family was there, and I'm excited. My dream came reality today.
I want to play in the playoffs, and of course I want to help the team, and I think I just, you know, I want championship. I think that's the one thing I want to accomplish here, yeah.
You get a rush of feelings and emotions that I feel like that you really can't describe because you work so hard for this your whole life. And when you're finally here, you know, it's a relief, for sure.
Yes, the 2019 NBA draft started the way we thought it would. The New Orleans Pelicans selected Duke phenom freshman Zion Williamson with the first overall selection. Speaking to TV cameras afterward, Williamson broke into tears and gave credit to his mother for helping him get to where he is today. Williamson will join an ever-changing cast and crew in Louisiana. He will no doubt be the player David Griffin builds around for many years to come. Williamson will be surrounded by Drew Holiday, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart, the latter of which came via a pre-draft trade with the LA Lakers. We got a chance to catch up with the prospects in Manhattan Wednesday in the association's pre-draft media availability. Check this out.
Honestly, I just want to be in the NBA. I didn't have a favorite team growing up. Just to be in the NBA is all I ask for. Now, wherever team I end up, I know that I'm gonna give them my all.
This is every basketball player's dream, and having this opportunity to be a top pick in this draft, and just waiting for tomorrow to come. I'm really waiting for it right now. Like, can tomorrow get here? I'm excited.
The Knicks pick me. Just know you're getting the guy that's gonna give everything you got every game. I'm just gonna work my butt off and, you know, try to get us back on the winning track. Hopefully go to the Knicks. Now I get to play in New York, in the Mecca. This feels like home to me, so really anywhere I'm great with.
I think throughout the year my stock definitely rose. I think a few performances really helped myself, including the championship. I feel like that helped me as well. I mean, I feel good going into the draft.
It's almost surreal for me, honestly, having to work for everything and to be in this position that I'm in right now. It's been crazy, but worth it at the same time. I'm excited and just ready to take on.
After getting selected #3 in the NBA draft by those New York Knicks, Barrett sobbed too, this time, of course, on his father's shoulder. It was a touching moment for the Barretts. His father, a former professional player who is now general manager of Canada Basketball, and RJ, who built himself into an elite prospect. They now have the task of trying to be the club's next franchise player. Barrett is the highest draft choice for the Orange and Blue since Patrick Ewing. Knicks haven't had much luck in the draft. David Lee, #30 in 2005, was the last player to spend his first 5 full seasons with the team. Charlie Ward, #26 in 1994, was the last Knick to spend his first 6 full seasons with the club. Barrett may not be the team's franchise player for long, though. According to reports, the Knicks want free agent meetings with stars Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Kawhi Leonard. We'll see if one of them comes to the Big Apple. On the baseball diamond, the Yankees just keep on hitting homers. Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres, and DJ LeMahieu homered in the bottom of the 4th inning as those Bronx Bombers connected for the 23rd consecutive game and recorded a 10-6 victory over the Houston Astros on Thursday night. at the big ballpark in the Bronx for the start of a 4-game series. The team has another slugger on the way, too. Aaron Judge will be activated from the injured list today, according to MLB.com's Brian Hoke. Judge has been out since April 21st due to a strained left oblique. Despite Judge's absence, the Yankees have thrived, going 36-17 while he was on the IL. Prior to the injury, Judge was batting .288 with 5 homers and 11 RBI and 89 plate appearances. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for a nod to the New York Yankees. Kudos once again to those Bronx Bombers. This week, the team celebrates the 10th anniversary of Hope Week. It's not always about what goes on between the lines. Since its inception in 2009, Hope Week has put a spotlight on inspirational people and organizations who have made a difference in the lives of others. On Monday, Reunion Day, former honorees returned to Yankee Stadium for an on-field carnival and celebration. Tuesday welcomed Runaway Heroes, founded in 2014 by Rachel Goldman in an effort to provide a confidence-boosting experience for children with cancer. Runaway Heroes is a nonprofit organization that features children in cancer fashion events. The organization collaborates with top fashion brands to orchestrate charitable runaway shows in New York City. All funds raised support the development of treatments for childhood cancer. Wednesday at the big ballpark in the Bronx, you just saw him. Fans were treated to the great Omandini, robbed of his sight due to a stroke a decade ago. 78-year-old Ecuadorian magician Almedo Renteria was a self-made star in his homeland before coming to the U.S. approximately 30 years ago. With an unbridled joy of performing his craft, he still entertains strap hangers on the subway 6 days a week, never letting age or obstacles get in his way. And last but certainly not least, founded in 2007, the Junior League of Westchester on the Sound Furniture Share House provides free furniture to economically disadvantaged individuals and families living in Westchester County, giving them the basic household furnishings that enable them to rebuild their lives and live with dignity. An impressive lineup for Hope Week and another impressive job for the Bronx Bombers. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Stay tuned. More Open back after this.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. My name is Harvey Lauer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at America Let's Do Lunch.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. It's now time for this week's Open Artist Spotlight. Here now to perform a 2 Live, please welcome Chy Boogie.
Drop that. Hey, everybody, how we doing? Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing good. If you at home, turn it up, turn it all the way up, because we here and we live. Hey, I'm tripping in itch. 2 thumbs up, I'm feeling this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Hey, I'm tripping in itch. I'm tripping in itch. Hey, I'm tripping in here. Hey. Hey, what you thought this was? Down on my luck, but the boy back up. Took a step back, had to change rap. Up in the club, boy trying to get bucks. Hey, and I cook beats too. All about work, sell joints by the tools. Up all night till the ish get right. I'm a whole move finna make you move. Hey, I'm bringing that vibe. Do what you like, let's have a good time. Henny for the guys and the girls get wine. Joint slap so hard they go out of their mind. Hey, I'm feeling this here. Oh my God, I'm killing this here. Yo, I swear it's my year. I'm gonna take off and y'all better stay clear. I'm tripping it ish. 2 thumbs up, I'm feeling this here. Way too live, I'm killing this ish. Way too live, I'm killing this ish. Hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, hey, you tripping it. Hey, hey, you tripping it ish. Hey, hey, you tripping it ish. 2 thumbs up, I'm feeling this ish. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, hey, you tripping it ish. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 I'm blessed out you. Walk in the cloud, can't buy my shoes. Both hands up like I'm robbing you. Show wild love like BK do. Shy, stay hot like soup. Mix this down and it go down smooth. Stay turned up when I win my U. Hit and pitch, young Babe Ruth. So much game, I put on them shame. Stay in my lane, I be on my way. Boy, you lame, you don't do no things. You too fake, real 2K. Hey, and I stay real fly. Take a look at my eyes. Those wondering why. Hey, hey, shot too loud. I'm tripping it ish. 2 thumbs up, I'm killing this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, hey, you tripping in here. Hey, hey, you tripping in here. Hey, hey, you tripping in here. 2 thumbs up, I'm feeling this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Way too live, I'm killing this here. Hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, hey, we tripping it ish. Hey, hey, I'm tripping it ish. Hey, 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 hey.
I'm tripping it ish.
Yes.
I'm tripping it ish. Thank you for debuting it. Woo, Chy Boogie, everyone.
Thank you.
Woo, 2 Live right here on Open Artist Spotlight. I'm going to let you catch your breath. No, I'm feeling you. All right, so where can people get the music?
Yes. You guys can follow me on Instagram, SoundCloud.
Oh, you got to talk in the mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, don't worry, they get you.
Okay. You guys can follow me on Instagram, SoundCloud, and on Facebook. Chy Boogie Music. It's all one word. ChyBoogie Music. SoundCloud, Chy Boogie Music. And we here.
That's it. We here.
Yes, Trips is coming soon. I'm going to release this video for 2 Live very soon, shot by my guy, Loop Lows. You can follow him on Instagram as well.
Look at you shouting out your friend. That's what's up. All right, once again, you guys, Chy Boogie's music can be found on SoundCloud at Chy Boogie Music. Check him out on Instagram at Chy Boogie, and that's spelled CHY Music. That's right. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through. To you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the Recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. And we're going to leave right with I'm Tripping It Ish.